It goes
Okay.
by every fortnight.
Oh, that's not right. Yeah.
Well,
I was sick once, you were gone once.
yeah, that's true. There's been a bit of comings and goings. All right, so welcome everyone. Where are we? Episode 9 of Vecna. I'm not. It's saying Nest of the Eldritch Tribe, which is wrong. I better look into that. But of Eve of
They're
Aurora.
just called Tears of the Drowned Vecna.
Yes, Tears of the Drowned Vecna. Continuation from level 1.
We being the drowned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Campaign.
Let us cry.
Campaign 7. This party, starting out from level 1, has traipsed across the realms, mostly duking it out with waterborne type adventures, and are now tackling some sort of cosmic multiversal threat, as you do. I think everyone's up there in the level 14 sort of vicinity, and you are slowly chasing the pieces of the Rod of Seven Parts, looking for a way to thwart the whispered one, Vecna, from bending the world to his will. Most recently, you have been following the pieces of the rod you have act as a bit of a divining rod, and you can use it to try and locate the next piece that attaches. And you've chased your way through to Ebberon, to the Mournland, where there was all of these littered with colossal constructs, warforged, and there is a warforged that you've sort of picked up along the way, a new pal, and he has said that he recognised something from when, I think last session. Anyway, long story short, you retrieved the pieces of the rod from the stomach of a Tarrasque after it had swallowed the head of one of these colossal robot things that had the rod inside it. It was powering it up, and the Tarrasque got to it first, chewed it out, swallowed it, and so you use your part of the rod to animate another one of these colossals, kaiju, whatever they're called, Godzilla fight. Things were starting to tip towards the Tarrasque, but somehow you managed to eke it out. There was a lot of WWE body slam stuff. I think the creature picked you up and threw you down a mountain at one stage, and then leapt off the cliff and landed on you, elbow. But you ended up doing like a gut punch, and there was this big bulge in its tummy, and put the lame dog down and sifted through the wreckage and found the piece of the rod in the debris.
I picked it up with a gravity hand.
Yeah, that's right. That has
the gravity hand.
You can get around on the inside of this thing like a space station. Anti-gravity tunnels up the spine, up the legs, up the arms, and the same effect appears in a little trapdoor in the palm of its hand. So it can just hold its palm out and suck things up using anti-gravity, War of the Worlds style, or for whatever aliens do when they suck people up into their ships. But yeah, that's right. You picked it up off the ground using the anti-gravity hand, and this thing's 200 feet tall or something ridiculous. You've left that with the warforged of this land. There's no way you can get it through the portal back to Sigil, and you've made your way back to the portal. The stove, your newfound friend, has said, pause here, hang around here. I'm just going to go and see Morgrith, the seer, who, now that he's sort of been with you for some time, he said, he recognised something about one of the... Morgrith is a bit of a recluse, and it's just gone off to just check that it's okay for you guys to come and visit. And you're hanging around the portal, waiting for Stove to get back. Anything you're doing in the meantime? You can see there's a bolt about 9 feet long.
Apart from when Stove took off and told us all to wait, Feldman would be following him around like a little puppy dog, pestering with questions
Right.
about how he works, all those types of things, right? Because she'd find him absolutely fascinating. So when he leaves, she'd be like all pouty.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
I guess we could be throwing a farewell party for Morwyn and our druid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Morwen will be around somewhere, I guess, but has decided making her own way.
Yeah.
And Ulrich, yeah.
Yeah.
she was traumatized by the fact everything she remembered was incorrect and decided to go back and retrace her roots.
Yeah.
Right.
DM
So one last night of hardcore partying.
Okay.
Milk spiced with honey, flowing. Yeah.
I don't imagine this place has any liquor, being all robots or machines.
No, well, they do have turpentine.
Yeah, it's not our kind of liquor. No.
Speak for yourself.
We're gonna go. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, I heard jet fuel has quite a kick.
Yes, that's true. Okay. Now, you're all sitting around, chatting, passing around the chilled whatever. Okay, just bear with me one sec.
Didn't we bring any wine from the ship originally? Were we that short-sighted?
We kept a barrel of wine when we had all that
We
loot
left a
ages
whole
ago.
bunch on the ship, right? But did we bring it?
Well, no, I don't think we did.
Yeah.
I don't know how
We
we
left
did
it all on the ship.
Okay, and the portal that's probably 20 feet away tumbles, flashes, and this character in armor and weapons comes sort of tumbling out.
Jump out the way.
Okay, they look up with a wide-eyed look about them.
Mm-hmm.
And
You okay, friend?
yep, you notice that they've got a black cape and a cowl with a grey cowl, very similar to Noida, to your gear as an Inquisitor when you were part of the Web's Edge posse.
All right. I'll immediately jump into character. Who goes there?
Okay. Now I don't know that would you be wearing all this around now?
Well, but I'm just hoping that the other node is recognizable enough within the structures that whoever it is would never.
Okay.
Yeah.
He stands and says, "Get out of my way!" and starts to move off in a sort of diagonal direction to the southwest.
You look like you're in a hurry, friend.
Yeah. Yep. And a bit of a moments later, let's see. Another character comes launching through, landing lightly on his feet. And it looks like a sort of halfling, hobbit, small stature race, black hair, slight green tinge to the skin. Paul, do you want to describe what everyone would see?
A very slightly pale, almost gaunt rather short for a halfling little fella dressed in leather armor, bow drawn, a almost permanent disgruntled look on his face, sort of like deftly hops out of the portal behind him, and he's like, "The cultist, the whatever, where did he go? Do I see him?"
You do see him, and at this stage he's probably only about 20, 25 feet to the southeast.
Oh, I wing him immediately. I just take a shot.
Okay, so what we'll do is I'll get everyone to add themselves into the turn order, and we'll go straight by.
Wow.
We don't even
Hit the
get
ground
a
run.
breath this morning, Anthony.
Hey, you said you had a
Yeah,
party. We
okay.
moved through the party section already. That was about 10 seconds, surely.
Really, with advantage, I still only get 11. That's disgusting.
Is this the one thing I haven't done is probably linked to my character sheet. But anyway,
We use D&D Beyond.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can see Noida on 3, Gungo 19, Felwyn 11. Lyndon, do you want me to just add your token in there, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just add me in.
Okay, and what did you roll?
It's not linking properly, but it's a 13.
Okay. You'll need to. You can probably do it between turns. Just get the roll 20, isn't it? Beyond 20 app.
Beyond 20, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Well, one common thing is you need to click on the features tab for it to update.
Yeah, and since we play through Discord, we've also got to have Roll20 open in a separate tab on the side, and it can be minimized, but that helps too. There's a few caveats.
A few niggles. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll put you in there, Lyndon. So it's Gungo, Lyndon, Felwyn, this cultist, and Noida. Well, cultist by the cloak, in any case. Gungo, what do you want to do? You've seen the cultist come through from what you're wearing, and you've seen a halfling come through and say, "Hey, that's a cultist. Let's get him," or something along those lines.
Gungo is just going to stand there and just say, "You lost your mum and dad, little one? What's going on?" You like bend down, lean on his knees, and get to eye level with
That
him.
one's gonna roll her eyes.
Yes.
Let's go.
Well, Lyndon's about 50 feet from you right now, though. Unfortunately, that 65 feet away.
Okay. Gungo would just like scratch his head and look there and look at the cultist, look at this character, and he's got his spear out.
Okay.
But actually, no, he's got his trident out.
Okay.
But he won't do anything, I don't think, at this stage.
Okay. Lyndon, you described how you look, like your face and so on. What sort of armor, weapons, wands, robes? Do you have stars on your pointy hat? How would you look?
Lyndon looks like he's had a rough couple of days for the last couple of months.
Yeah.
Would be the long and the short of it. He's got simple level armor, knee-high traveling boots that are worn and faded. He's got a long bow in his hand that's currently knocked and drawn.
Okay.
He's got a wide belt with patches and saddles and bags lashed to it, but everything is minimal,
Okay.
tied down so it doesn't jangle, it doesn't move. And he's set up in a way where he looks like he's been traveling for a while, and he's been traveling fast.
Okay.
And he's been traveling quietly.
Okay. Cool. All right. In that case, it's up to you. What do you want to do? You can launch into action at this point.
Lyndon is a man of action, and if these people aren't really a threat, he's got an initial focus at this moment. So he's literally just dead focus on the cultist, and he's going to try to take a shot there and wing him.
Okay. So you've unslinging your bow or you've got a bow in hand.
Unsling the bow. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have to figure out this whole linking. Wow, that is terrible, but that's a 14.
Okay. Getting there. Okay, this guy's only in studded leather armor, but somehow using a shield bats away your arrow. I presume you're going to get 2 shots.
Yep. And the second shot, come on, do better. There you go, 25.
Okay.
Nice.
25 hits.
So that is... Uh, 7 damage right to the calf.
Okay. All right, so the 7 damage lands in. The guy cries out in pain. I think you should be able to see hit points going down a notch. Any bonus action, spells or actions or things you want to do?
No, I'm just going to take off full pelt after him. And as a note, where is it? He's now that I've hit him, and damaged him, his speed is down by 10 feet.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And because this is my first round of
combat. Yep.
Combat. My speed is actually currently 50 feet just for this round, so I am straight on top of him.
Okay, so can you see? Are you in Roll20? Can you see what's going on and move your character around? You should be able to move it.
Yeah, I am in Roll20, but I cannot see my character. Am I on the right map? I've got the turn order, I've got the map, but I can't see anything.
Okay. Oh, is it all black? Okay, so what's probably happened is I've created your character, named you, blah blah blah, but you hadn't joined Roll20 by that time. So if I just jump into your character, and edit it. How about now? Still black?
Yep.
Okay, you might need to reload Roll20, but you can run up to this guy, and I'll move it on. We can go Theatre of the Mind for you until it sorts out.
Technical difficulties. Please stand by.
You've got vision. You've got night vision, nocturnal, 60 foot. Yeah, that's all working. Yep, so it should be okay. All right, cool. All right, well, we'll move on then. So you've done your 2 shots and you've rushed in and you're now right in his face. Felwyn, what do you want to do?
It's Gungo's turn.
Is it?
Gungo got a 19.
Gungo went, he just
he waited and observed.
Oh, that's right. You just, you got down on, that's why I shook my head. I forgot about that. Sorry. Okay. Felon's going to sort of take a look what's going on and then rush up to interfere and block that guy in.
Okay.
And then I'll just be like, I think he wants you to stop. And I'm just going to take a punch at him.
Okay.
Because I like punching things.
That's what you do.
Oh! Okay.
What happened?
Well, that's not going to... I got an 11. Natural 1. Oh. Okay, so let's try that again.
2 punches.
Okay, that's better. 29.
Oh, 29 hits.
Okay, so... Okay, then I do 12 damage, and he has disadvantage. And
okay.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
not going to do anything
Done?
on the bonus action. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Yep.
Rightio. So that's Felwyn. In that case, this cultist goes. He's got Lyndon right next to him. He's got Felwyn right next to him. He's going to, with his shield, smash you, Lyndon. Shield bash coming in. I'm a class 12. Doesn't sound good. Does that misses, I presume? Lyndon, are you on mute?
Sorry, what was that?
I'm a class 12. I presume that misses?
Yep, miss.
Okay, he's going to try it again. Smashes you a second time. I'm a class 23 this time.
Oh, that hits.
Okay, that's going to do 9 damage, bludgeoning. And can you do a strength saving throw for me?
This is going to go real well.
Oh, yeah, strength. Ooh, 15. Okay. It knocks you back 10 feet. He spins around.
Can I add a flash of genius to that?
You can. What's that going to do?
I will do that. It gives him a +5 to it, so he's up to 20.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
So you hear Felwyn beside him say, "Watch out, he's going to bash you," or something, giving you some sort of edge, and you some sort of tactical benefit, and you don't stagger back in that case. That's for the saving throw, isn't it, Felwyn?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. And in that case, he's going to make a dash. 3, and that's going to
take
lead
an opportunity.
It's certainly.
Oh no, I use my reaction. I can't.
You certainly can. Oh, have you used your reaction already?
I use my reaction just to cast that,
Oh, I
so
see.
only Lyndon could take an opportunity attack.
Okay, and he dives through the portal and bamfs back to wherever he came from.
Huh.
Bastard.
Swine. Noida.
I'll take six seconds to stand there in astonished silence.
What's going on?
I'm going to realize the odds are stacked in my favor and very slowly lower the bow.
Okay.
Hello?
Really shrunk. Here we go.
Well, hey there, little one.
Oh no, I'm also small. What's happening?
Mistake.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Just zooming in a little bit.
Right.
Okay.
Hello there, friend. Any particular reason for your morning murderous intent?
Well, to clarify, the murderous intent has been going on a lot longer than one morning, but yes, there is a reason. More importantly, where are we, and how do we get back to Sigil?
I think we go through that there portal.
It's still active?
Seems to be. This better be, otherwise we are in quite a trouble.
We're just waiting for our friend, and then we were going to go through.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose since you didn't murder me, the first round's on me. When you get back, I'll chase this man down, and I'll find you when I get there. And Lyndon's gonna just jump straight back through this portal and straight after this guy. He's not letting him go.
This place has no tenants.
Can Gunga just grab a hold of him? Can Gunga try and grab a hold of him as he tries to run off?
Yeah, you can grab his cloak or something like that and say, hey, hang on.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, so he slips out of your fingers and he's dashed off through the thing.
before we get jumping, can I just yell the name of the tavern we visited last time in Sigil?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meet us there.
Yeah, meet you at the
Meet you
bristling, bubbling cauldron, and off Lyndon dashes. Okay, I won't move you out off screen, Lyndon, so that you can still see, on screen what's going on here.
Guys, did you see that?
To be honest,
I'm
I'm not
gonna
quite
look at Gungo with her hands on her hips and like, okay, what was all that bullshit about little guy and all that?
Wasn't he a kid?
Just give him a bit.
What was wrong with that kid? He looked angry.
I mean, I actually meant to talk to you about it, Gango. Your heightest attitude is disruptive. You need to check your height privilege.
Gungo is looking down and he'll say, "Your hair's going grey."
You hear some stomping coming through the mist, and preceded, followed pretty quickly by, and you can see Stove's glowing blue eyes coming through the mist.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he does sound like Robbie the Robot from Star Family Robinson, but but he says, Morgrith, I was right. I knew I'd seen something like you before, and he points at you, Gungo. And it says, I saw a drawing of you on Morgrith's cave wall paintings.
Really?
Yes.
Of me?
Yes. It looks exactly like you. Brown and horns.
Must have looked pretty good.
I mean, that description is indeed uncanny.
Uncanny. Exactly like him.
Yeah. And he says he went to see Morgrith, and Morgrith is willing to for you to come and see the art.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, we've got a minute for some sightseeing. Yeah, why not?
Okay. All right. So the four of you all sort of or the three of you head off in the direction Stove leads you to.
Mm-hmm.
And indeed, there is a cave in a low hill, and it's very much like a Neanderthal type sort of setting, or the Viking seers, the recluses. There's lots of bones and fetishes and things hanging from the cave entrance. Very Blair Witchy. And when you go inside, you can see a old crone, and she says, Stowe vouches for you and says that in my fevered drawings have come to life, and says, come see what visions my hands have wrought, and make of them what you will. And you look on the cave, and I think I will be able to show to players what you see.
Did you
Amazing.
do that for the game? I love it.
Amazing.
Is that filling the screen pretty much?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you click on it, it gets bigger. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so that's us.
Cool.
There's a robot, tentacles with a ship. Yeah. Spaceships.
Through the portal.
Is that the false Hydra, I think?
It was like,
Yeah, that's
two
a
of them.
false Hydra.
So
Look
you
at
yeah.
those on it.
you recognise some things that might have happened before.
Oh, there's a Tarask.
Yeah, and see, look at all the turtles and the heads in the city. That pink thing in the bottom.
That's the false
Okay.
one.
Yeah, so we get
There's a
up to the
Tarask.
Tarask, and then there's a skull with diamonds in it.
And there's a
And-
two-headed monster, three-headed monster, two-headed monster with lots of legs.
Well, out of game, I don't want to. Okay, no, I don't want to spoil what I think it is.
Yeah.
But I hope it isn't the thing I'm thinking it is.
I don't mind you rolling a history check from what you see.
Oh, okay.
Or Arcana, if depending on what it is that you can. Someone who's got either investigation or history. Yeah.
I'll go for
I
history.
can roll an invest. Okay, you go.
Okay,
first.
do that. Do a history and investigation between the two of you. On which picture? Because we'll do piece by piece and see if we can.
13. I was trying to figure out the last thing.
Okay, so.
Oh my god, we're so terrible rolls.
So you're not sure about this two-headed thing with all of this wind and grey and fire and stuff. A big round furry body and something really between the two heads. But do you want to try to go for another? This is like one of those Mayan, icon, where there's lots of panels. So that's right at the end, bottom left-hand corner. If you want to go start at the... Some of them are pretty obvious, I guess. You've already put two and two together from the start. But there is a ship with what looked like purple tentacles coming out from it. If we go along, right to left.
Maybe if I were to try another one and I will guide you. I think we have better chances.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the top one's us, right? It's just us.
Yep. I think the scimitar would be Gango.
Yeah, and then it's you, I think. Like,
And
okay.
me.
Yeah, it looks like someone preaching with his finger and his hand on his hips.
with their gloves.
Okay.
Fisticuffs.
Yeah, there's Felwyn with the shield.
And then Morwen with the two swords.
Yeah.
Two swords, yeah.
And the last, like...
I think that was your sister, Gango.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's Elric, I guess. Is he the square-headed one, or...?
No, he's invisible, because he keeps going invisible every fight.
What's that thing at the end with the blue eyes?
It looks like a Warforged. It's got blue...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's Stove.
And then it's the tentacles, which is like... That's the
Mind Flayer ship.
The Kraken, yeah. Oh, yeah, the Mind Flayer ship, yeah, you're right. And then it's the tidal wave.
Yep, so the tsunami created by the...
and us going through the...
To the heart. Is the spelljammer on the heart of the Titan.
Yeah. Then the next one looks like Tiamat. Well, sorry, probably...
No, the next one's... That's the Hydra.
You can roll a history and an investigation if you want for that one.
Okay.
You were guiding me, so that means I get...
D4.
28.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice.
So this looks to you like the cave of the Queen of Dragons. Tiamat. Yeah.
Tiamat.
I don't think we went to that one yet.
No, we haven't been there.
So this might be more of a... Like the crone said, some of these things will have happened in the past and some of them will be a portent of the future.
The next one, I can't work out what the next one is.
It's looks like a cave.
Yeah.
Or it could be the cow that was stuck on a tree.
It could be.
Our most important quest.
Yeah.
Do you want to try an investigation or an insight?
Right.
Okay, let's try.
Guidance.
What is that?
32.
Whew, okay.
Guidance.
So,
I get this D4. You have to still roll for it.
Is this the one with the point with the circle?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So that reminds you of the place you just came from, the city that's a ring.
Oh, that's right, Sigil. The ring above the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And underneath, when you look down, there's a spire that goes right through the middle of it. and Sigil is actually a city laying on its side. So the donut shape is laying on its side, and if you look up through the one side of the donut hole, it goes to the astral, and the other side just goes to hinterland.
Okay, yep. And then the next little guy could be that little guy we saw jump through the portal.
Yeah, almost an afterthought because he sort of dropped off the edge of the party line, but he fits.
Yeah. Okay, and then we have the false hydra.
Yeah.
False hydra.
That pink thing. That's definitely the false hydra.
And the big blue thing is that the Leviathan.
Which one?
Ghosts around a pillar.
So underneath the tidal wave.
Is that lighthouse? Is that lighthouse with those dead things that came after me that Philwin fucking hates?
Yeah, that's what I think. So what's the thing? I think that's what that is. And then what about above that? What's that?
There was that ghost on it. Remember that ghost at the top of the tower?
I think it's Underdark with that forest in it. Remember, with the weirdly attractive furball lady.
Yes. Elevator.
Where we lost one party member to.
Yeah.
You couldn't stop thinking about her and went back.
Huh.
Yeah, and below that would be the cultists. Underwater. Lighthouse.
Yes.
Tarask. The skull in the clouds.
A skull on an island, if we're looking down.
Looks like a triangular sort of mountain of some sort.
Okay.
Mountain.
With a pathway leading up to it. No top to the skull, weirdly. Almost as if it's hollow, like it's had the top cut off it. And there's black clouds and lightning all around.
And then so that's probably in our future.
That's so to be. So I'm going to disconnect and reconnect. Everyone sounds like a robot.
You could try a history or a religion or something that you think is appropriate.
What's I got +5 to each. Noita's probably better at religion than me. Religion or history, Noita?
It's +7, the same for me, for both.
And mine's +5, so you're better.
Alright, I'll guide myself then. Which I will need. That will be 20 total.
Okay. Oh, that's with the guidance, is it?
Yep. Yes.
Okay. So you're not too sure, but there's symbols and things buried within the lightning that looks like it's to do with the plane of ash.
Plane of ash. Okay.
So that's something that's another one in our future maybe. And then this skull with the colours in it as well.
Yeah, so there's a skull with gems for teeth and gems for eyes.
Imagine how big those gems would be.
You could try either an arcana or a history for that as well.
Did we see something like that? Yeah. When we fought that spider dragon, there were just
guidance too.
There were like these 2 diamonds or whatever that I think someone tried to lift and it almost killed them.
Oh yeah.
Was there a skull in there as well? Yeah.
So that's 16.
Was that in the Elven City?
Wasn't a good roll.
Yeah, you're not sure. This doesn't ring a bell.
No.
And the last one doesn't as well.
So there's 4 things that look like they could be something to happen in the future.
Right.
Well, did that happen in the past and we just can't remember it because of that stupid Hydra?
I don't know. If you met a giant mountain walking 3-headed goose, I would remember.
Felwyn, one thing, you've rolled high enough for your investigation of the ring of Sigil. and when you look really closely, you can see that there's an arc where there's houses and towers and things that are visible in the city. And looking at there's a bit of focus and a bit of detail on one of the houses, and it's a little bit weird because the house doesn't go straight up with a pointy roof. It's sort of crooked, but not just leaning like the Tower of Pisa, but goes all angular all over the place, like a Picasso house. And coming out of the house or stabbing into the house or interposed sort of thing is a long black two-handed sword.
Ooh. Maybe we should try and find if this place really does exist. Seems a bit of a coincidence, don't you think?
Okay.
In Sigil somewhere.
We're heading there next, so.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We should head to the cauldron.
Oh.
We don't want to make our new friend wait.
Are we going to talk to this lady about anything? We went to
Yeah,
see
you
her,
speak
right?
to her for a bit, and it seems like she doesn't know what she's drawing.
Okay, so she doesn't know where they come from, or like why she has her life on the cave wall.
Yeah, she gets inspired about things, and has visions and then draws in when she's got this special stuff that she puts on the fire. Once she breathes in the smoke and the fumes from that, it sort of sets her off, and she starts drawing.
All right. Yeah, the fumes should explain everything. Yes.
And we can come back here, can't we? If we get to if we're in Sigil.
Yeah.
You can, at least as long as the portal's active. In Sigil they tend to not. There's some that are permanent, but they come and go.
Do we know if this one was permanent or?
This one has been open for the whole time you've been here, and
okay.
Right. Well, maybe we should bring some souvenir with us in case we want to teleport here without a door. Sometime in the future.
I thought to ask, and all I got was this T-shirt.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get out our phone and take a photo of it.
Okay.
Selfie.
Try and draw. I don't know. Can someone draw a copy of it or something? Maybe or.
I mean, the lady's right here. She can draw it.
Yeah.
Can you do it? Recreation.
Yeah. Well, she's actually blind.
Ah. Okay. Never stopped her before.
So she can't copy stuff.
It hasn't stopped her now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I get it. All right, we'll just try and copy it as best as we can.
Okay.
Okay.
Leave it in the campaign notes so we can look at it later.
It's got good performance.
So the way that I managed to achieve this is I describe exactly what happened or give the cliff notes of what happened to my kids.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I tell them what's coming up without giving them too much. And then I say, can you just draw that as best you can?
That's excellent.
It looks awesome.
Yeah. It's awesome. So it does explain why the False Hydra is smiling instead of what actually was happening down there.
Well, the False Hydra was in a good mood. It'd been eaten for a while. There was lots of bodies there. It would be smiling, right?
Yeah, it was
It's nice and fun.
It was chipper.
Yeah.
Chipper.
She was pretty chipper.
Okay. So you take a long rest, heal up to full, and then step back through, find a rusty bolt or something, that's from Ebberon, and step back through this portal.
We got Stove.
Yeah, Stove is with you, and so is a lead.
We've got a connection back to Ebberon just with him with us.
Right.
Now, where are we? Okay, I'll get rid of some duplicates here. And you step through the portal and find yourselves back on the streets of Sigil. Hustle and bustle. Smog in the sky. It's a little bit of a drizzle. It's weird. Where the hell is this rain coming from? Seems to just appear in like a cloud in the middle of the donut and then just drip from all sides. But other than that, you make your way back towards your tavern, and there you find Lyndon, looking very Aragorn-like, sitting in the corner with his long pipe. Or I don't know. You can tell me, Lyndon. What?
Yeah, Lyndon will have a slightly happier look on his face, although still rather disgruntled. He's currently working through possibly his second, possibly even his third fight. He's definitely nursing a few extra cuts and bruises on his face, and he sort of gives you a very welcome nod when you walk through the door.
Okay.
Well, hey there, little guy.
I think that's 4. If you make it to 5, I'm going to have to hurt you.
Oh. What should we call you then?
My name's Lyndon, friend.
Lyndon.
Oh. Okay. Well, my name is Gangarando Barambo El Toro Investiendo. And he'll
Do I get to pick one of those, or do I just call you Gungo?
That's what everyone else does.
Sorry for the theatrics back there, but these cultists, darkspawn, I don't really know what to call them. They they picked a fight, and I plan to end it.
Right.
Okay.
Well, you grab yourselves a booth.
Yes.
Drinks.
Yeah. I mean, I know we already had the breakfast, but how about a second one?
Well, one thing I do remember was Lyndon telling us he was going to buy the first round. So
Right.
That, unfortunately, is true. And I'll just wave someone over and buy a round.
Okay. You buy your round of drinks, chat, catch up, find out. Do you want to summarise your story, Lyndon? I think you'd already sort of you've been on the chasing cultists around.
Yes, I have. I mean, you guys look like you might understand, but the world's got a bit weird and a bit strange. But anyway, these cultists attacked the caravan nursing some friends of mine. I don't know what happened to them, but, well, I've been hunting down these cultists and trying to find my friends ever since. That poor sap that jumped through the portal was my last lead, but unfortunately he died before I got anything useful out of him. Well,
then you're in luck. Our various adventures are actually putting us on a collision course with these cultists. So if you're hoping to find another one, I'm sure if you stick along.
I mean, I don't want to weigh you down, but that'd be much appreciated. I mean,
yeah, you just need to agree to travel across all dimensions in search of ancient artifact to defeat immense evil whose power is beyond our comprehension.
Someone looks at Noida and laughs. I'm like, aren't you the Grand Poobah Inquisitor?
In the matter of speaking, yes. So
I'm not promising to anything unless all of you are buying me drinks, but I will agree to start climbing the ladder.
Right. Well, yeah. So a quick disclosure: when we meet those cultists, they might refer to me as a Grand Inquisitor and be very, how to put it? They might revere me somehow. I assure you, this is against my will and knowledge.
You're sounding like Ron Burgundy.
Yeah.
It's quite an amusing
And
story.
how did this come about?
We do not know. That's
I'm
the
kind
problem.
of a big deal.
I'm kind of a big deal, and 60% of the time, every time we know what's happening. So,
We
anyway,
Let's just say, with a passive insight of 23, does Lyndon feel like he can trust this man?
You do, despite what he says.
Mm.
He's just going to nod slowly and take a very large swig of his drink and say, okay, I'm going to keep an eye on that one.
Okay. So it seems genuine, but yes, there's something weird going on, and somehow either Noida has managed to ingratiate himself with the cultists or whatnot. But you can also tell that Noida's looking a little...
changed.
Yeah, Noida's looking a little bit confused about this situation himself.
That's all right. I have my own situation to be confused about, but I am getting used to it.
Well,
it does have perks.
Yeah. Well, if you're seeking clarity, may I introduce you to the teaching of the Prophet?
Well...
No.
Leave me a pamphlet.
It's already in your hands.
You can hardly see Felwyn because, like, these are not gnome or halfling sized seats. So, like, I can just see, like, your forehead and eyes, and that would be the same for me as we look over the table. Because we're like,
I mean, Lyndon...
I'm reaching up with my drink.
Lyndon is looking slightly more relaxed, but you do notice sitting next to him, he isn't actually sitting. He's sort of squatting, and he is sort of quite actively just passing the room backwards and forwards and scanning it continually. He's not... He might be relaxed, but he's not relaxed.
Looking around, it seems like it's full of every player character that's ever played in one of my campaigns where we launch off from a tavern. Because the numbers seem to be growing, but it's a handy assortment. All races, classes, experienced and inexperienced. There's creatures amongst the crew as well. You can see there's even fiends and celestials. Not like not a lot, but outlandish creatures and races as well. But not necessarily all getting along, but just like any other tavern. This one seems to be fairly upmarket. There's lots of really expensive looking dishes coming out, exotic stuff.
Lyndon, you gotta try this amazing drink we discovered the other day. It's like water, but it's infused with air. It's really expensive, but absolutely delicious.
I'm gonna order some good food. I'm gonna order more drinks. Felwyn doesn't care who's in the room. She's just really bubbly and happy. Be like, let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up with druids. Putting air in water is nothing new to me, but...
Well, whoop-de-doo, excuse me, not all of us are raised in high-class societies.
I said druids, I said nothing of class. I grew up in a forest next to some mountains.
You have for those of you who want to, you shell out a bit of cash and have a amazing feast, good drinks, plenty of chats with anyone you want to, and maybe a few games of chance.
Right.
Eventually, starting to get tired. You're looking, you had been travelling before you got to here, so you also have you'd be looking to either get rooms or baths or some place to clean up. Remember you've been going through the Mournland for the last few days, and there's also the sanctum that the rabbit folk that you met in the Feywild showed you the way there as well.
Right. Is there a tag on the road in any direction in the city?
No, there's not.
All right.
And we don't have any more leads on where the next segment is, do we?
Not.
Well, the paintings by a crazy, blind, old, drugged-up woman indicate that there's something on the plane of ash.
Yeah.
Giant skull on a mountain somewhere.
True.
Somewhere there.
Hmm.
We just got to work out how to get to the place.
I'm not quite sure where you get your information, but I feel like this is going to be a long couple of days.
Our tips are rock solid. Don't worry about it.
We've been traveling now. Maybe from 1 to 14.
Hmm.
Yep.
I think, Phil, you wanted to try to find a crooked house with a sword in it?
Yeah, it's like they're on that prophetic art, I guess you would say. There was one house that was highlighted with a bit more detail than everything else. So, you know what? In light of the fact she was drawing our lives on the wall there, it would probably make sense to go try and find it.
Well, I tell you what, I had just enough ale for the intriguing chance of some mild B&E. Why not? Good way to meet your new friends.
I mean, we could just knock on the door.
I mean, if they're cultists, they usually don't like the knocking part. That usually gives them a chance to run away.
Well, we don't know they're cultists. We just saw a crooked house with a sword drawing on it, and that's the extent of our intelligence on the matter.
And if they are cultists, we have the Grand Inquisitor with us anyway, so...
I keep forgetting, actually. Yes, I might be able to talk our way in.
I'll keep my head crowded then. I think they're starting to recognize them.
All right.
Okay.
So
it's going to find how to...
Yeah, haven't seen any crooked houses in your travels, but of course, this is a whole large city.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we could ask, is there a barkeep here? We could ask if they'd seen something.
There is.
Or know a house along those lines? Because I imagine it's built crooked. There might be an area or a part of town that...
What about the rabbit? Does the rabbit know? That rabbit guy?
Me hunting cultists around Sigil for a while, would I have any inclination where this might be or where to ask?
You can roll a history check for me, Lyndon.
That's going to go well.
Nothing rings a bell, although there's plenty of dilapidated houses that you would have seen in the sort of...
Yeah, well, I've been squatting all over the... Squatting all over Sigil, but I haven't seen anything that matches the description as yet.
Okay.
But mostly I've been hiding in the hive ward, so who knows?
You do see that there is a barkeep, Gungo, if you want to go up and wander over.
Maybe Noida, with your silver tongue, you should do the talking.
Excuse me, proprietor.
Okay. You head over, weave your way through the crowd, past Alton, Eldar, Cuspy, grab a stool, and a halfling hops up. It's like some bars, the level on the barkeep side is a lot higher than the customer side, and that's definitely the case here because the halfling's sort of looking down at you. He's got the power seat. He says, "Hello, what can I do for you? Another?"
Yeah. Yes, another round for my friends. And also, I was wondering, I heard there's this amazing house, kind of very rigid and crooked, in a city that's worth seeing. Do you might have an inclination where that could be?
Oh, I can't say. and he sort of looks, and you hear this. That'd be the manor of the Duchess, and you look to your. There's a bugbear sitting next to you, Noida.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And he says the Crooked House is. There's a crazy old cat lady lives in a crooked house. No, it's called the Crooked House.
Yeah. That activates some memories.
And in fact, Noida and Felwyn, you've both even have. You think you might have even, either daydreamed or heard about, or somewhere, somehow you've
somewhere in past life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's deja vu. That sounds so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Is it nearby? Which way on the ring we would go to get?
Yes,
to
it's if you and it gives you directions. So it's in the affluent section of the town, of the city, and closer to an area that's sort of also backs onto a religious sector. So but the back end of the religious sector as well. There's cemeteries, morgues, monuments, that sort of stuff is.
All right. Okay, thank you. I guess we'll go back and I'll say, Lyndon, bad news. It's not a coldest hideout, but good news. There's a sweet old lady living there, so we might get some tea and cookies.
You're saying I need to sober up. Well, lead the way.
Okay.
I wouldn't go that far.
I must say it's quite a relief. We've been adventuring and going to all these crazy places. I'm looking forward to just have a nice chat with a duchess. Nothing will happen whatsoever. I'm sure of it.
I'm sure it's fine.
Fine.
Promise not to murder anyone until we know they're cultists. How about
Second
that?
F word.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay, so you're traipsing through the rain, and progressively as you walk there, the rain gets heavier. The almost the ground starts to run with this black sludge, and it's because the ash from the crematoriums tend to coat this part of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ew.
Okay, I'm just getting you all on the map here. And all right. You leave the lounge lizards. And if we scroll out.
Oh yeah, there it is. Just as I remember.
And there's some stairs leading up to a mansion, and there's a mansion. It doesn't. It seems haphazard. So even the planes of the side of it seem to almost as if they've been shifted and laid over or inside one another. It's really strange.
Is there like a door knocker? Or?
There is a door knocker. It looks like a sort of gargoyle with a ring in its mouth.
Right.
Stove and Alid will say, we'll come in and just stay inside the entrance, and you guys can cruise about.
Right.
Now that it's dark outside and it's getting a bit rainy, you notice Lyndon, as you approach the door, he takes a few steps backwards into the darkness, and if you're relying on dark vision to see him, he just disappears.
Okay.
He is no longer visible. But you can hear him breathing and sort of shuffling about, just hiding in the shadows just off to the side of the door. But you can't actually see him anymore.
Okay.
Okay, that's not creepy at all.
It's like, don't worry, I'm still here. I'm just being careful.
All right.
There's an inscription on the door, like a plaque.
Mm-hmm.
What does it say?
I'll put it in the chat. There was a crooked house which had a crooked name. It kept a crooked secret, for crooked was the game, and crooked was the answer to a crooked question gained from a crooked little spider washed down a crooked drain.
Sounds like a nursery rhyme.
Felwyn and Lyndon, both of you are lower to the ground, and
Yes, we are.
there's a really weird thing you spot is one of the raindrops coming off the eaves from underneath, running down the. You manage to hit the door and slide from the door down over the step, and as the drip sort of runs off the first step, for a moment there it seems to change into a rune, a letter of some sort, and then swirl just like it's gone in it almost straight away. Like dropping a drop of milk in a glass of water.
I'm going to need everybody to carefully step away from the door.
This is definitely enchanted with runes or something. I don't have
Something about the step is enchanted.
No,
Now, it might be teleportation. It might explode.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Why don't we knock on the door?
I think I already did it.
Lyndon, you step back a little bit. I'm sorry, not Lyndon. Noida, you step back a little bit and notice that there's still a few flowers in the flower bed, despite what looks like a fair bit of neglect, and also despite there not being much opportunity for sunlight here. Even though this is a more wealthy part of town, as in the suburb or the region, this is a bit of a sort of dirty, run-down side street. And this is a very sort of squat 2-story building, damaged by neglect. Flowers of various kinds. Half the flowers look great, but they're weeds. Others, there's also a few tombstones and things scattered along the front garden as well, evenly spaced.
Yeah. All right. You guys. The botanist said it's an old cat lady. But maybe it's just for her protection. I'm sure it's fine. The runes or whatnot. It didn't explode when he got here. So
the two closest you can see, and they say Sir Barristan and Lord Geoffrey.
Sir Barristan, Lord Geoffrey.
Knocking. Who was it that was knocking?
I knocked before Lyndon warned us.
You knocked, and it rattles a little bit, but no one comes. But you notice that it's ajar. When you knock, it moves a little bit.
All right. She might have a medical emergency, so technically this is not breaking and entering. We are providing we are first responders.
Well, it's not breaking. We didn't break anything.
Yeah, so
Is entering a criminal offence?
again, we are providing assistance. It should be fine.
So Gungo will just spin his nose ring around.
Okay.
Just pop his head in the door and just say hello.
Okay, no sounds come, but I'll just switch on some lighting for you. You've got bright light 10 foot, low light 10 foot saved, so that should be lighting up a bit of space around you there.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Okay. And you can see down a long passage, there's a few doors going off.
Lyndon's going to take a deep breath, look at the open door, look at the glyphs on the floor, and just with the tip of an arrow, very carefully poke one of the glyphs and just see what it does.
You can't see any glyphs anymore. It was just one drop that seemed to change for a moment, but you poke around with your arrow and nothing happens.
I mean, after the big man with... After you, sir. Go and go.
Okay. Gungo, step in. Let's go, guys.
Okay. You step through Gungo, and you pass a jar of wilted lilies on the floor there, and there's a horseshoe hanging from the lintel.
Is the horseshoe upside down or?
Yeah, it looks like it might have. There's some marks on the wall where it might have been, but now it's swung around upside down.
Okay. You got a nail, Felwyn?
A nail?
Yeah.
I'm sure I do somewhere. And if not, I can make one.
Maybe we should fix this.
I can use prestidigitation to make a tinkered object, and like a nail would be nothing.
Spin the horseshoe around to the right way.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, okay. Well, Gungo can do it, yeah. And
it'd probably even be in my smith tools, I imagine. I would have a nail.
Can we do that? Like spin it around and put a nail? Yeah.
Definitely. You can
Woodcarver's tools.
You can go and do that.
And fix it.
You notice that as you're fixing the horseshoe, which is just inside, so you need to step inside the passage to do so. So I'll have you and Felwyn just inside there. The hallway's been wallpapered with pictures with recurring images of small winged baby lizards and hairless cats. The wallpaper's peeling off in quite large sections, leaving sort of bare patches of plaster.
Charming.
There is a hat stand just inside, with various coats and bags.
They look recently used?
They look, yeah, they're not dusty, but not warm.
Seeing they didn't die immediately, Lyndon's going to carefully shift in through the doorway as well.
Okay, Lyndon.
And he's got his eyes peeled for anything out of the ordinary. Okay. Anything.
Now, just for your information, in Discord, there's a new feature. You can open Roll20 inside Discord. It means you've got Discord and you can have a crack at that in between turns if you want to try, but I'll move you into the room.
Right. Now follow along and well, look at you, Gango, providing free of charge home repair to a nice old lady. You're beginning to see the light of the prophet.
Thank you. I try to help when I can.
Okay, and a lead and stove move to positions just inside that door as well. Okay, does that mean everyone's inside the house? Yeah, okay. All right, so you can see two doors, left and right, and you can also, one a little bit closer than the other one. They're offset slightly, but otherwise Gungo's nose ring lights up the passage going further as well, beyond the limit of his nose ring. You can still hear the rain from outside.
Step over to this door and listen at it.
Okay. Okay, do a perception check for me, Gungo.
28.
28.
Gosh.
You think you can hear meowing? And you did. It strikes you that they say, cat lady.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I think there's cats in here, guys.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Literally said so on the door, I believe.
Yeah.
Something similar out there.
Do you want to pet the cat or?
Does it sound like lots of cats or?
It's a bit. Yeah, it's definitely more than one. It's more like a. Yeah, there's more than one cat.
Well, are we looking for the cat lady or her cats?
Maybe it's
Maybe we
kittens.
should-
Like a mewling sound.
I'm not really experienced with this thing, but I think where there are cats, that's where you find a cat lady.
Just lightly knock on the door.
Yep, you lightly knock on the door and you hear meow, meow, meow.
Okay, I think that's cat fur. You can come in. Guys, gonna test the door.
Okay. You open it up and it opens into what looks like a sitting room. There is a door directly opposite. And otherwise, it's scattered cushions and chairs littering the room, lamps shed low light throughout the area. You don't need your nose ring in here. Most noticeably, however, this room is absolutely crammed, head to toe, with cats perching on every available surface. There's more than 100, maybe 1,000. It's hard to say. But they're all sort of just curled up, sleeping blissfully. And there's one just standing, a hairless cat, right at the door. And it starts doing figure eights around your leg, Gungo.
Oh, have a look at him. Hey, Lyndon, you could write this.
I don't think it would like that very much. Hello?
Gungo's gonna look at the cat and say, "Can we come in?"
It just sort of stands there staring at you.
All right. Gungo will step into the room.
Okay. All right, you step into the room. Can you roll a sleight of hand? I guess dexterity?
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, what you're trying to do is deftly move without, stepping on a cat's tail or something like that.
Okay, 5. Oh, okay. So there's cats on the ground and everything is there.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Right.
It's a
Well, okay. So Gungo will walk around the wall then, with his slippers.
yeah. Okay.
Amazing.
All right. So you just walk on the walls and scooch around. And where do you want to walk to?
Yeah. Can you see what's to the south? Is it lit down there or?
To the south, yeah. There's what looks like a tapestry on the wall. There's cushions on the floor, with 2 or 3 cats on each.
Okay. He'll keep walking around to just on the wall here, I think.
Okay.
And he'll say to the guys, "You got to come in. Just be careful of the cats."
I'll wait by the door just in case.
Okay. Do you want to move up? Do you want to move up so you can see in?
Yep.
Okay. That should give you a visibility of the room. What about you, Felwyn?
Yeah, I'm gonna be walking up towards it, but I'd be more concerned about finding whose house it is first. I'm just sort of peeking in, but I don't want to be too intrusive.
Okay.
That feel,
Gungo, right where you are, the door that is this, monolithic steel door. It's inscribed with arcane glyphs, and they're glowing a faint green now that you're close to it.
Hmm. And can he make any sense of them at all, or?
They're magic glyphs.
Okay. He'll walk back along the wall.
Okay.
I think one of your magic guys needs to come and have a look at this. There's all glyphs and things there. Or he can just go to a different room.
Mm.
He'll walk in this way. And what about this tapestry? Can we have a bit of a look at this? We'll go for a walk along it.
Yep. It looks like a, looking at it looks like a wedding. There's what looks like a husband and wife, or bride and groom, probably better described. And there's a few of them, like probably 7 or 8.
Okay.
Each time, however, the bride in it looks like it's actually the same person, but maybe with a slightly different fashion of bridal gown.
Okay.
That's deeply troubling.
If someone's got history, they could give that a crack.
Well,
I think Noidus is best.
history.
Yep.
All right. I don't know how familiar with the history of Sigil I am. Here we go.
It's just fashion, generally.
Oh, fashion. Okay, 21.
Okay.
The fashion is my thing.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
You can tell that this is probably a successive series of weddings, and they're clearly separated in time by 5-10 years. There's slight variations in fashion as the hottest trend in bridal gowns is being worn each time.
Oh no, that poor woman! She lost so many husbands.
Yes. And the hairstyle for the both the bride and the groom changes a little bit to meet every 2 or 3 as things change as well.
Right.
Weirdly though, it's not every 5 years in your time. It's like seeing someone dressed in Louis and Marie Antoinette, and then seeing someone with Captain Cook type gear, Henry VIII type, Elizabethan, Victorian, that might jump 100 years or so.
Got it. So, Rowan, do you want to check those sigils or?
Yeah. What would you want me to roll for that?
You can decide what you're going to try and rack your brain about. What is this
Do
for?
an investigation to see if I can. He wanted me to have a look at the sigil.
All this time,
Yeah.
I would say that Lyndon has been keeping a very careful eye on the cats.
Yep, they're all sleeping right now, but
Okay.
There was one active one.
yes.
Does it seem like their behavior is animalistic or slightly human? Or something a bit different or off in any way, shape or form?
The hairless cat is just watching you as curiously. But whenever you look at it, it just looks away and pretends it's looking at something else or licks itself.
I'm just going to kneel down and look it dead in the eyes and go, hello?
All right. It starts licking its butt.
It's a true cat. So I did a 26 on the investigation.
Now,
See
investigating
if I can notice any details.
on details on what? Sorry.
I think
What
there
did
was
you
like
want
a
me
like a door on the other end.
Oh,
of
the door. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I am deeply uncomfortable right now.
The door looks like it's to you as if it's probably enchanted and probably protected with a series of glyphs, whether it's alarm or damaging things, as well as physical locks as well.
Physical logs.
And there's a number of them.
Yeah,
It's
we
not
should-
just a one thing.
Maybe we should leave this for now and find the owner of the home. You know, they
Yeah.
might let us in.
I mean, they must
They
have
might
locked
not.
that door
We
for a
can deal
reason.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
I
keep
mean,
going.
I distinctly remember being chastised about breaking and entering when we were in the tavern.
No,
Well,
this-
we're not
yeah.
opposed to breaking and entering, but we might not have to actually break to enter, so we'll try that first.
Look, let's find the owner of the house. In case she's deceased, then it's a different story. But for now, she's the owner. Let's not take anything.
Okay, Noida,
On the way out.
you've walked up the passage a little bit. You're at another door. This
Yep.
time off to the
Yep.
west.
Yeah. Give it a little knock. Excuse me.
Huh? Oh, do come in.
There you go. Hello.
Okay. Let's see. Yep. You opens into a sitting room where there is a old lady sitting on a rocking chair. She's got a cat on her lap. The cat's got a really wide head. There's a lot of weird varieties of cat, but this one seems to be just baring its teeth at you without actually hissing. She says, "Come closer. My eyes are not what they used to be."
Oh, right away, miss.
Oh, there she is. We can see her.
Yeah.
I'll blow it up rather than give you a. There you go.
No.
Hello, young lady. We're looking for a mistress of this house.
Oh, that's me. You may call me Duchess.
Oh, it couldn't be you. You look far too young.
She says, "Oh, you flatter. Are you here for Cecilia? She will be back shortly. She's out at the moment."
No, actually, it's a bit hard to explain, but we saw your house being drawn by a drugged-up blind woman in a cave, and we thought we might want to visit.
Oh, very
On
odd.
another plane.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
she was on our aeroplane.
I do get so many visitors claiming of things like this, talking of planes and worlds and oh, nonsense if you ask me.
Absolutely.
She
I
keeps
was going to say, do you
her
get
eyes
many visitors?
Whoa, more well. You're more than welcome, but I do get a lot of visitors. Yes, most of them raving lunatics. I have to say, spouting nonsense.
Did any of those lunatics happen to carry a big black sword with them?
Oh,
Your house had a big black sword over it
okay.
in the picture.
I don't have any big black swords, but I do recall a dashing young man, long black hair, tied at the back quite high, and he had the back cascading down.
And what happened to him?
Well, he just visited and said he was very pleasant.
Is he still around? Maybe in a guest room?
Oh no. He just stopped in, had a chat, and then left.
What did he want to chat about, if we may ask?
Oh, he asked more about me, I suppose.
And how long ago was this?
And my house. Oh, 2, maybe 3 husbands ago.
Oh.
Oh, quite a while then.
Oh,
Not too long.
I see. So, well, are you in trouble at all? Do you need assistance with anything?
I am quite lonely.
With all those cats?
Yes, if there's any eligible bachelors, you could bring come for tea. I can't get around much myself. My legs, you see.
Oh, I'm sorry. We just missed. We had a friend, but I'm afraid he left. He was quite a wolf.
I see.
Chasing skirts.
Oh.
Yeah. Gango? Are you interested in becoming a duke?
Ooh, we have a robot out in the hole.
Oh no, I have no use for apparatus. Thank you.
I mean, don't say no till you try it. But oh, Lyndon.
Yes.
How do you feel about becoming a duke?
I'm sorry, my lady, but was that you in the painting next door?
Oh yes, in my prime.
And which century was your prime?
I don't know. I'm too old to think that far back. Many years. Myself and Celeste. Well, we've lived here for many years.
And who is Celeste?
My daughter.
Cecilia.
Oh,
okay.
Cecilia.
Cecilia. Sorry.
Yes. Is Cecilia around?
No, she's out at the moment.
Maybe she
fetching things for me.
How long has she been out?
Fest is down in the basement, of course, as he usually potters about. Seeing to his Cecilia. Oh, this morning, I think.
Can I do some sort of insight check? Her perception of time seems a little off.
Yeah, that's roll a insight for me.
12.
Yeah, seems genuine, or that doesn't seem as if there's no deception that you recognise.
Lyndon is definitely on that as well. He's got a 23, which is also his.
You can have a roll for a insight as well, Lyndon. From the back of the room, leaning against the
wall. Yeah, just quietly leaning on the door.
Yeah.
$29.
29. Okay, so you don't detect any deception there as well. Although you think she probably does have a better idea of time, but she just doesn't want to discuss it.
All right. So you mentioned Fest.
Yeah. He's the butler and chef. He prepares my meals.
Oh, I see. So you are being taken care of, right? You don't need us to do like some grocery shoppings for you.
No, I'm fine. Cats. It's been all very, very nice. So, if you like, I could ask Fest to bring some biscuits or cake or whatever he's got rattling around down there.
Cucumber sandwiches.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
And if you don't mind me asking, what happened to your last husband?
Oh, he fell to unfortunate circumstances.
Rotten luck.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, if you don't need any assistance and there's no big swords laying around,
No. The young lord with the sword that popped in. Yeah, he's the one that you would want to talk to about that. Kaz.
Kaz.
Down in the basement.
Oh no, he's the young lord is off and gallivanting around. No doubt, that's what they do. They gallivant everywhere.
Right. Did he give his full name, perhaps, or his title, or
no?
Where he lives, perhaps an idea.
His security number.
Where he was headed.
I think he was Lord of Tovag.
Tovag.
Yes.
Lord of Tovag.
We heard of that.
What time was your daughter coming home?
Oh, probably after lunch, I'd expect.
Oh. Well, here's to hoping that she doesn't get lost. And if she ever gets lost, I feel free to send out letters.
Someone might recall Tovag with either religion or arcana. If someone wants
I'll
to
go for religion.
have a crack. Okay. So see if there's any.
I'll try arcana.
Okay, so we'll someone with the arcana brain, someone with the religious. Okay. So first, Felwyn, from an arcana, you think that Tovag is not so much the name of a city or whatnot, but more of a plane of existence.
Ooh.
Noida, from a religious perspective, Tovag, you recall from that it is one of the like a realm of Ravenloft, a prison domain.
So he was the lord of that?
Well, that's what he said. He was Lord of Tovag. Yes. I don't know.
He has his own prison domain. That doesn't sound good.
Does my role let me know if the laws of this prison domain are they able to leave those prisons at will?
Not normally, no. You would know of Ravenloft as a general premise is beings that are too dangerous to be let loose on the rest of the planes can find themselves imprisoned in a domain of their own, so that it's not just a cell, it might be a town or a city or a valley or whatever. But then they are the lord, basically like a god, or it's not a god, but a lord of that domain, and it bends to their will. Exactly the same as Fae, kings and queens and their fairy realms. Each one can bend reality within their realm, and it sort of bends to the way of their thinking and so on.
And we know how to
go ahead.
Get there?
Well, he said I don't know. He said he was going to Tovag or coming from Tovag. I don't know.
But you don't know how to get there?
No.
So someone or something left the prison realm or is going to a prison realm?
Well,
I mean, cultists or not, I'm not okay with this.
Well, and he says he's the lord of it, so that's even a little bit more disconcerting.
You would recall the Mordenkainen from a few days ago mentioning that Kaz was Vecna's general who defeated him the last time round. by destroying him with his sword, destroying his corporeal body, chopping him up, whatever.
That's right.
And completely destroying Vecna. So much so that only minced up into tiny bits. A couple of chunks were left behind, were still intact, a hand and an eye. But
That's right. I remember we were actually looking for that sword.
Kaz is the one responsible for Vecna's demise last time round.
Enemy of thy enemy, perhaps?
Or at least the enemy of our enemy has the weapon that can kill the other enemy. So we need to find him.
Okay. So Tobag. Tobag and the Plain of Ash are our two destinations.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We need a better travel agent.
Why not Tahiti?
Douglas, would you know of a travel agent or how we would find ourselves getting to that plane? You must know a lot of people in this
On that
town.
note, sorry, go ahead.
She says, "Oh no, I generally housebound."
Okay.
Maybe you would like to go on a walk with us.
No, not really. I'll be waiting here for Cecilia. But if you wish to come back and visit, that would be nice.
Right. Okay. Lovely meeting you. I hope we didn't disturb your rest or.
Oh no.
Right.
Make it head up.
If we meet we're bachelors, we'll let them know that you're here.
Okay.
Right.
And you head back out to your chums. Just copy and move to a new map. As you head back out the front door. As you open the door to go outside, and the rain has stopped. In fact, weird for Sigil, but you we'll open that door up. Oh, hang on, it already is opened. Yeah, weird for Sigil, but there's like a red haze in the sky. Remember the eaves are hanging overhead, so it's a bit hard to see, but there's definitely a red glow.
Right.
That wasn't there last time. Is it a holiday or something?
No.
Well, this is literally my first, possibly second day here, so you're going to have to tell me if that's abnormal.
And when you come out, you step out into the street and back into the main street, and weirdly, the city. You remember this city is like a ring shape, and the town, the street curves up and up and up, and then over the top of you. But looking up into the sky, all you can see is like smoke and a red tinge to the sky. The houses look a little bit different too.
What are the people around in the street doing? Are they reacting to it?
No, they're just walking around normally, but there's no like fiends and angels and blah 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 blah. It's mostly all human. They're travelling with they've mostly got cloaks on and with their hoods up, and most of them have got some sort of scarf across their face, and they're as if like there's a bushfire somewhere nearby.
Oh, Gango, I don't think we are in the Sigil anymore.
Maybe we've made it to the Plain of Ash.
Could be. Well, that Mordecai guy or someone warned us that in the City of Jaws, anything could be a portal.
So you're saying I walked out some old lady's flat and now I'm in a... What was it? The City of Ash?
You're not sure?
Well, we're not sure, but perhaps we could stop Can I stop one of the people and say, "Excuse me, can you tell us what city this is and where we
Hey,
are?"
what? And you can see their faces all lined and haggard.
We just arrived here. Can you tell us what city this is, or where we are?
This is Tovag.
The sky looks different.
Tovag Baragu.
Okay, that was easy.
Okay. Yep. We have just been teleported into.
I have a terrible feeling this old lady set us up.
And she's looking around at this commoner looks over their shoulders and says, "I can't be seen talking to strangers," and they sort of shuffle off.
Mm.
It's a red, soot-filled sky. You're in a narrow, cobblestone street. A small city, densely packed buildings clustered around you. Far off in the distance, you can see mountains rising on all sides. But at ground level, you can maybe see only about 300 feet due to the smog. You can smell the burning ash, and there's a few people noticing you coming out of, standing out basically, and they avoid eye contact and move away. You look across the street and there's this old man dressed in a filthy grey vest. "Get inside, quickly! Quickly or you'll be caught!" And he's gesturing for you to come inside.
Quickly duck across the street and just...
Okay.
Head in, shrug out clothes and move in with him.
Okay. He quickly sort of like ushers you through like like someone out of The Great Escape. And and then looks left and right up and down the street and then shuts the door. And you can see a group of 3 individuals in this room. Just a small, modest house, and through the window as he parts it, he's looking and said, "There's 3 daggers coming."
3 what?
Okay.
Daggers. The enforcers of the city. Secret police.
All right.
And they begin to spread out. You can hear them door knocking, going door by door.
Do you need us to leave, friend? We don't want to put you in danger.
They've got reports of strangers on the street already.
But
That was quick.
yeah. Well, I wish law enforcement in our realm were this efficient.
Efficient. "Open up for inspection. Dagger's business." You hear a knock on the door.
I am going to cast.
Hearing that,
Hang
Lyndon will...
I'll just go to Fel for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Greater Invisibility upon myself.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blink.
Uh,
Go out.
Hearing that, how big is this room?
Just like a 15 by 15.
Small little hovel?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I'm
And I'm
just
going to
gonna...
move myself to under a table or something too, by the way.
Okay.
Now I'm invisible. I'm going to hide. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to... You watch Lyndon, and he pulls rope out of his pack and flicks it into the air, and it quickly just hangs in midair. And I'm like, "Quick, everyone, up the rope now! No time to explain."
All right.
Oh, dash it. Climb. Off we go.
And I'll pull the rope up and shut the door, and I'll cast a rope trick, and we'll basically just disappear into a tiny little pocket plane.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So you'll shimmy up the rope into your little portal, and let's see. Eventually, this guy does open the door, and you can hear voices, I presume. I think through that hole.
Yeah, we can see through the
You
portal.
can see through it, can't you? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Okay, and they ask the old man that gestured you in, gave you that sort of brought you inside his home. Have you seen anyone? Do you see anyone on the streets? And questioning him about strangers, newcomers, and he manages to convince them that he hasn't, and they eventually leave and move on to the next house.
Wait a solid 5 minutes after they've left before I come back out again.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to eat a sandwich. And there was
All right.
something out of nervousness and be like, that was close.
Okay.
I'm still invisible.
Okay.
Mm.
So he's shimmying back down the rope,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, "Well, my name's Durant."
Durant.
Pleasure to meet you, Durant.
Thank you for covering for us.
Yes.
Also, if you don't mind us asking, why did you cover for us?
Well, I could see that you would be taken, and we'd never see you again if the daggers got you.
Does that happen often?
And we are in opposition to the to this police state.
May I ask, what is this police state? We are
This
here, unfortunately.
This is the city of Tor Gorak.
Tolgorak.
Hmm.
How many of you are there that are against them?
Oh, well, we are the resistance. We shall free the people of the tyranny of Kaz, the destroyer.
That name sounds familiar. I think it's someone we want to meet.
This is the land of Tovag. I'll put it into the chat.
Land of Tuvek. Tolgorak.
And those three were daggers, secret police, or not so secret really, but they're the completely and obey the will of Tejin, the Dark Lord Kaz's general.
Okay.
And what can we do to help in this fight? Because we wouldn't mind getting some face-to-face time with Kaz ourselves.
Well, I don't know whether the Dark Lord is here or not, but you could always meet, you could always defeat and take out Tejin the Grim, the cruel commander.
Tejin the Grim.
Tejin the Grim. Is it like a
Like I
bar?
said
Yeah, go ahead.
Like I said in the tavern, I'll just start working my way up the ladder.
What can you tell us about him? Like,
Tejin?
what kind of fighter is he?
Yeah.
Where would we find him?
Tejin is
Is it like a bar he hangs in?
Tejin is an evil knight. He rules from the fortress of Kaz.
Fortress of Kaz.
The reason they're door
fortress
knocking
happen
is
to
they're
be like
looking
a
for
sorry, go ahead.
conscripts. Soon I fear Tejin will come for my children, Hina and Yurik.
Alas, poor you.
Conscripts for what? Who are they at war with?
Who are they at war with?
Yeah.
I don't know what happens to the armies of Kaz, but he's amassing them.
Say, would that fortress of Kaz happen to be kind of a skull-shaped?
No.
No.
The skull.
Right.
The
Yeah,
skull-
like a big skull in the mountains with a bunch of lightning all around it.
That sounds like... can you roll what's your passive insight?
Oh, not good. 10.
Okay.
Mine's 23.
Okay. So he says that sounds like the home domain of Kaz's mortal enemy.
Mortal enemy. That
Yes.
sounds like someone who would be a friend.
I think he means the big guy.
Vecna once lived in that castle, that skull, Citadel Cavitus it's called.
Oh.
Covetous.
Oh.
Okay.
And we're gonna end up there. Felon's just like, oh.
Citadel Covetous.
I'll put in the chat.
Okay.
Citadel Cavitus is a that's where Vecna ruled before he divinely ascended.
Right. Is it still in the Tovag in the lands or?
No, not in this realm.
All right.
Lyndon, you get a sense that Durant is he almost holds Citadel Cavitus in awe.
You don't like the general, but what are your thoughts on Vecna?
Vecna? Well...
And the Citadel?
Vecna, well, the Citadel... A seat of power, I guess, I don't know. But, yes, Vecna is one who would have the power to restore us to freedom. Freedom of the tyranny of Kaz the Destroyer, who takes our children.
Go under the tyranny of Vector. I don't know if that would be any better.
Yes. Better not to get one evil worse than the last. But we are here now, and we may be able to help you.
Where can we find this general?
He says, "I'm glad you asked," and he rolls out a map.
Yes. Someone with real directions for a change.
Okay. In fact, it's a new map, but it's just like, sometimes I have a whole map of the land. Here we go. Can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
And he says, shows you a map of what looks like a large valley ringed with volcanoes. Let's make sure we've got that up there. Can you see that okay?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we're in Torgarak, that's here?
Yep.
Yes, you're in Torgarak, the city of Torgarak. And if you follow the Karsikan Way, you'll arrive at what is really another city, but smaller, but more fortified. And there's a fortress within, surrounded by a moat.
Right.
This up here is Torgarak, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Is that Karsikan Way happen to be made with bricks? Like a yellow bricks?
Yeah, a road.
Regardless if there's a road or not, I don't think we should be
Yellow
walking on
gravel
it.
trail.
No,
How
we
far
sometimes call it the Fury Road.
How far?
Yeah, how far is it?
It would be less than a week, a few days.
Ooh, is there like a means of transport around here? No. Horse caravans?
No, you would need to walk.
All right.
Can you help us get provisions?
Yes. We'll help you get into the fortress. In fact, I'll give you, and he gives you some contacts, somewhere to go within the city, to make contact with agents of the resistance, and they can help you get you into the actual citadel itself.
All right. Well, thank you, Fred. You've been very, very helpful.
Let's hope we can return the favor.
He says,
Yeah.
We should go to see. I'll take you to see the leader of the resistance here.
Mm-hmm.
To determine what find out what Vecna sees as the best course of action.
Okay.
And they go, and you go down into a sewer, and they lead you through twists and turns and so on. A couple of others, like stationed along the way, sort of step out of the shadows and open doors and things, or secret doors.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, you go through you go into what looks like an abandoned church. You come up into an abandoned church, and it's consecrated to Lathander, the Morning Lord.
Okay.
And behind the altar there is another secret passage, which you're then led down into a meeting room where there's a few resistance members gathering.
Mm-hmm.
The stairs descend into a small meeting room, a few ragtag individuals wearing hooded cloaks. There's a map of Torgorak drawn on the wall, several notations and things, and there's other routes as well. It looks like it's routes of patrols,
Mm-hmm.
and so that they can map out how they can avoid the patrols or ambush them. Movements of the daggers. There's this large man with a croaking voice. Brother Durant, who have you brought before me for awakening? And Durant sort of gave us some sort of gesture, the secret handshake, secret wave, and says, Vecna, the obedient, these group came through the mists and wished to defeat and seek Vecna's general and escape from this land, which, and return to their home, I presume. And he looks across to you.
Yeah, in a nutshell.
That's pretty short, yes.
Yep.
Okay. Vecna seems to give you, a judging gaze. Lyndon, he's looking at you all with a little bit of surprise. Something he sort of sees in you, sees something in you. You don't know what that is, but...
yeah, Lyndon's sort of got one eye on him, but he's also... his natural survival instincts have kicked in, and he's very carefully studying both the map of the area and the map of the patrols and trying to take it to memory and not really paying attention to what these guys are doing right now.
Right.
It's like
I'd be doing the same.
Yeah.
he's been given an opportunity to get a leg up on a new environment, so he's automatically just... he's like, sorry, what?
I'd be trying to memorize that map right now.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what he's doing.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
Sorry, friend, do I know you?
He says, I am Vecna, the Sleeper. I used to be a priest of Lathander before the Dark Lord outlawed such worship. He says, now we band together to try to save who we can, keep our brightest and strongest youngsters out of the hands of the Dark Lord. He takes who he wants for re-education.
Do you mean to say that if we go to that fortress, we find a bunch of brainwashed kids there?
Maybe. I hope so.
That kind of complication. I would hope they aren't there because It kind of complicates things.
Not really. I'm a simple man of simple talents. I don't really understand where we are or what you're fighting against, but I do know there's an evil man in a tower that we need to have a strong conversation with.
Yeah,
if that aids you, then we can aid us.
Well, yeah, but I would rather not kill a bunch of kids who aren't really in the right state of mind on the way to get to him. Do you have any secret passages or Ganga, you were saying?
Oh, just maybe we can find a way to save them.
Yeah.
With luck and a bit of my talents, I believe we may be able to sneak our way in if they know of a way through the fortress.
I think there may
Let's
be.
Cross that bridge when we get to
it. He says, I think there may be a way that we can get you into the main primary chambers of Tejan, the Grim. Bypass all these underlings.
Amazing. You guys have been planning this for a while.
I know all this. I've seen it in dreams. For this, I'm called the Sleeper, and you remember that he was introduced as Vokar the Sleeper.
Oh, all right. Do you have any cave with paintings or?
No, but I have heard of seers who that's their channel.
All right. Well, okay. So, do you guys need some time to get things ready for to smuggle us in there, or?
And do you know what sort of things we might come up against in there?
Within the castle? No. I it's very militaristic, so I would expect fighting. I don't know what else they might have within.
Right.
Okay.
On the way, try to avoid dagger patrols if you can. If you can't, leave no one alive.
Okay. Yeah. So I can have noticed, but the whole Latanza didn't really do much for you. Would you be interested in changing venues?
Changing venues? What do you mean?
I mean, the light of the Prophet shines on everyone across all realms. Might give you much better guidance.
He says the matter of who people worship is for within their hearts alone and no one else is concerned.
Wow.
Probably evil and stupid, and I hate you. Goodbye.
No.
Your character now.
he's the Inquisitor now, right? He's
yes,
not the
Inquisitor
kind of loving
mode activated.
priest that we remember.
All right. It is 10:16. We'd probably just go to 11 or so, or just after for today.
All right.
Do you want to take a quick coffee break or something?
I'm happy to if we're going to finish in 45, though.
Yeah,
okay.
not long there.
If everyone's on it, I'm on board.
So press on.
Yeah,
yep.
We're going to finish in 45 minutes.
Okay.
I reckon we press on. Yeah.
Okay, all right then. We press on. So you are given a place, shown a place where you can, roll out your sleeping mats and so on. It's not nothing flash. You're led to a tunnel that exits the northeast side of Tor Gorak. Tor is a large, broken off mountain, so like a mesa type of deal. and so the sewers and tunnels underneath the city also shoot out the side, and there's a few. Apparently, there's ways to get out of the city without going through the main gates. And you come out at ground level on the plain, the ashy plain, and pretty much exactly where you can see that there's a bit of a road that you can travel.
All right. By the way, is there any tag on the rod? Oh.
There is.
Ooh. Hopefully towards the fortress.
And it's pointing to the northwest.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so they say that it's about 3-day trek, about 60 miles to get to the fortress.
Mm-hmm.
And you can head out, take a rest, given provisions, given some fresh water. Anything else you want to do before you leave?
I will take my rest to get the spell slot back to the position.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why not? If we're going to be here enough time.
I've got a feeling.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Gungo's just going to. He's got a feeling about this place. He's going to attune from his slippers and attune to the mace.
Okay.
And for the third part of the rod, I keep saying rod. So is that regeneration or reverse gravity after all?
I'm almost certain it's regeneration.
Okay, I gotta solve that.
Oh, Noeda. Is that thing giving you any twangs here?
Yeah. It seems to be pulling us in the same direction towards the fortress.
Okay. So we got to go there no matter what.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I'm light on the details, but at some point you're going to have to explain to me exactly what that rod is and what we're doing. But
okay, so very briefly, I hit this rod. It was pretty small, but with group effort, it keeps getting bigger, and it wants to rejoin with other parts of it, and it kind of pulls us in that direction.
Seems fair.
And
probably best not to ask questions.
That they also, just to throw in there, what the party had found is that whole regions of their home continent had changed, not just like climate change or a tectonic change or anything like that, but even the history of the people there. And so almost as if the past had been rewritten, but oceans had vanished, mountains turned to swamps. Culturally, Vecna is the only greater god, and all the other churches are now either chapels or shrines rather than cathedrals and things. And so it's almost as if
Noida's the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, Noida is an inquisitor. And yeah, so it's almost as if history has been rewritten. And apparently it's some sort of, it seems as if it's more like this sort of chaos, raw chaos infecting lands, the worlds, whatever. And it seems as if the reason why this party hasn't been also had their mind wiped and reset and basically happily living out their life as an inquisitor and whatever the rest of you have in this new world, is because you've got the Rod of Law. You've found at least one piece of it, and it's giving off some sort of protection against the entropic chaos effect. And now this chaos effect hasn't affected all worlds, and it hasn't affected everything equally. So Sigil is probably a place where there's not been any effects, at least yet, maybe it'll be the last place to be affected, or depending on what happens. But the Petri dish has got plenty of points of infection. Entire worlds have fallen, and some have started to. The mind flayers that the party were battling for the first part, for the last year or so, were fleeing a catastrophe on their own homeworld where it had somehow been fallen, destroyed, changed, whatever, so that it was uninhabitable to them. So that's just possibly one example. So you've got a piece of the Rod of Seven Parts and are protected, and apparently it was used to for some law versus chaos cosmic event in the past, but it's too powerful to remain in any one person's hands, and it breaks up when it's not needed into its 7 parts. Sending every piece.
How many do we have?
You've got 3.
3 or 4 now.
3.
Yeah.
Yep.
So just to be clear, because I've searched for just to confirm that. So the first piece of the rod, show to players, show to everyone. Can you see that?
Yep.
Yep. Has commune.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first. Yes. The second. And that's the one that you found in the lair of an elder brain who was inhabiting a kraken.
Yep.
The second piece, which I show to everyone, Arcane Gate.
Mm-hmm.
And you found that in the heart of Havoc on the astral plane, the heart of a dead god called Havoc.
Mm-hmm.
Inside the stomach of a heartworm.
Yeah, in the stomach of a heartworm. And the third piece, my mistake, is, you're right, reverse gravity.
Oh, I just changed it to regeneration. I changed it back.
Okay, so reverse gravity.
Yeah.
Reverse gravity, spell save, DC 18.
DC 18. Okay.
That might be handy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
it's going to sound weird, but
yeah.
That seems to be making a lot more sense to me now, and especially with what happened to me.
Hmm? Did your life also change recently? In unexpected manner?
In a way, yes. Not as dramatic, but yes.
Are you willing to share, or is it too painful of a memory?
I can share, it's just I don't understand it myself. I was like I said over drinks, I'm just from a small community in a forest near some mountains, and well, our caravan got hijacked, and all I remember afterwards is waking up to some kind of a strange ritual, whether I'm a sacrifice or a offering or something, I don't know, but something snapped, changed. I think I made a deal. I'm not quite sure, but instead of being given to the darkness, I took the darkness, I guess, and well, I managed to fight my way out of there, and I've been fighting cultists back ever since, but I can't really find where I was or who I was. I mean, I know the people that were with the caravan with me, but I have no idea of getting back home, and I have no idea what I've truly lost. Or gained, for that matter.
Wow.
That's tough, buddy.
Oh, but it comes with perks, and that's what we all want.
Well, I suppose at the end of the day, if you're happy.
Happy enough, I guess.
Alright. But you know, if you ever need like an exorcism or something, I'm your guy.
I'll let you know.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess, do you head off at this point? There's nothing else other you've changed spells and whatnot.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to move you to a new map. You head off down the Carsagun Way. Through this gap, commencing behind you. On the road, a wagon emerges from the haze. And there's two. Oh, can you? You can't see this on the map yet, can you? Or can you?
Two guys on the road.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see it. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure.
Yep.
Oh, I see. I had the Rod of 7 Parts up on my screen, so it was blocking stuff. Okay, and I won't have it on there, but there's a wagon behind them, and there are two. Let's see. Should do, dear. The mouse is playing up. Oh. Yeah, so and they've got a wagon behind them and two youngsters sort of walking along with the wagon. And one of them calls out, "Who are you? What are you doing on this road?"
We're headed for the castle. What are you doing on this road?
We'll ask the questions around here. What is your business on the... Let me see your papers. Seem a bit nonplussed at being challenged.
Do these look like guards or authoritarian?
They
figures?
do. They've got the same cloak and insignia as the daggers in the street that were door knocking.
I'll cast Pass Suggestion.
Okay.
And I will heighten it so one of them has disadvantage on the saving throw. And for the Mass Suggestion, so I think you should just let us go and search the area directly to the west. There was some bunch of resistance in there. You should keep looking till you find them.
What's their save?
Let me find it. 6 level, I think. A suggestion: Wisdom, 18.
Now, are you suggesting to the two daggers, or and including the two youngsters, young adults?
The daggers, just the daggers, the guards.
Okay. Okay, 2 saving throws. What do they need?
18.
18.
One of them has disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't matter which one.
Okay. Well, one fails. He rolled a natural 20 and a 7. And 18. I'll get to these daggers. What save is it?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay, he's going to pass. So one passes, one fails. Yes, we should pull around. That sounds wise. And the other one says, "No, you idiot." And two others sort of hop down from the carriage as well. And one of them sort of squints and looks quite suspiciously between the two of them.
Can we get an idea of what's in the carriage? Like, is it carrying people against their will? Are they?
No. Well, no. It looks like something that instead of horses, you just a travelling buggy type of deal.
Okay. And there are like two lads pulling it, like a rickshaw.
No, they're sitting in it, sitting in the back.
Sitting. Okay.
They've got the same grey cloak, but they don't have the symbol on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want to be the one bearer of bad news, he says quietly to his new friends, but remember what they said about don't be spotted or option B?
No,
well, I could try convince them one more time for the day.
Got one more shot.
Okay. Guys, I really think you should go and look for the rebels in these mountains over there. I'm sure they are. You can find them if you look hard enough. You should keep looking till you find them.
Okay.
For the glory of Kaz.
Does one of them have a disadvantage, or what's the deal there?
Yeah, I'll do it again.
Okay.
I'll use my 7 level spell slots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And spend a sorcery point to give one of them disadvantage.
Okay. So the first one has disadvantage. Here it comes. And he fails.
Right.
The second one fails. And the
Okay.
third one fails.
Come on. So.
And they say, okay, good idea, wise move. And they sort of back the wagon and head off to the south.
Okay, so the first one will do it for 24 hours.
Yeah.
But the other 3 that failed at level 7 will do it for 10 days.
Okay. All right. Okay, so they head off to the south, and you guys are happy to carry on your way.
Right.
Lyndon's gonna.
Nice work.
He's like, may I suggest we don't walk down the road, but slightly off the road from here on out. Here, gather up. This should help us for a little while. And he's gonna scoop up some ash on the ground and definitely throw it at everybody. But
Right.
as it approaches you, it's sort of just...
my eye!
Wait.
Yeah.
It sort of sinks into you and hangs in the air. Now I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace, and we're gonna suggest that we all walk off the road for a bit.
All right.
Sure
Oh,
thing.
that's a good idea, because I'm not very stealthy in this armor.
Okay.
Clunk.
Gungo.
And I'm going to help with my survival just to sort of lead them a bit.
Okay. I'll get you to roll a survival check in a sec. This first day of travel, Gungo, can you roll a insight for me?
Insight.
Noida, I'll get you to do the same thing.
Nat one.
No, so you got a 0 with your -1. Okay. Noida.
All right. Probably not much better. Okay, much better. Not 20.
Really? Oh my god.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh god.
Yeah, that
Polar
morning,
opposite.
or that lunchtime or something, you're just checking your manicure, and you notice your nails have grown a bit more than normally. You do this each day. It's almost looks as if you've skipped a day or two. And you deduce that you're all aging quicker, a little bit faster than normal.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
We don't want to stay here
yeah.
too long.
With a natural 20, you would deduce that it might explain quite a bit when you like everyone was looking old in the streets and things, and even the it looked like people were aging twice as fast.
Okay. Yeah, I think we should hurry.
And
Okay.
Gungo is probably more susceptible to that with his hooves. They need attention every so often, and if he doesn't keep moving and walking a lot, they will get too long. And he doesn't notice, but because it's only been a day or two. But yeah, they're growing twice as fast as normal.
I'm not sure Falwyn would notice too much either, because she's a very young gnome and she lives a long time anyway.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Same with the halfling, with Lyndon. Long-lived race. But,
yeah, be like, maybe you feel like a little bit.
Yeah, after a week, after a month, after a year.
Maybe, yeah.
But all the even the young adults in the streets that you saw, they look like people who'd, they volunteer for swimming instructors every year, and so they just a lot of sun.
All right.
Get the lines on the faces, and with the ash and the dust and so on, it has a compound effect, it seems. Or maybe that's the cause of it.
Between the rapid aging and the big bad guy around here collecting young ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should hurry.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so on to you, Lyndon. Can you roll a survival for me to lead the group off terrain? Okay, a 14. Now, do you have I think you've got an ability that being off-road doesn't slow you down, like in slower terrain and so on?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. All right, so otherwise, as soon as you move off-road, there's a reason people walk on a road, because it's easy travel.
I can also give him some ideas on top of that. I'm not great with traveling off-road, but I can make some suggestions and add a +5 to that. Would be a 19 survival. He's a genius.
I don't know if the flash of genius you can add to this. Like, he's making a roll now, but that's the sum total of over the course of a day.
Oh, okay.
There's no point. You can't do guidance on this roll either, because there's no, it lasts for the next minute.
It's not quite the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he's about to do something where there's a roll necessary. But either way, you're moving along, following the Carsican way. Lyndon, you managed to keep people on track. And day one passes uneventfully, other than your, brief encounter with Kaz's police. You're off the road. You set a camp of some sort. Set up your normal sleeping mats and things. Any watch over the night?
I'll take a watch.
Yeah, we probably should.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll take like a third shift.
Okay.
My dark vision.
All right. So between the four of you, you split up. I'll assume the others are with you for this, but just off camera. I'll give it another survival check. More for the skill of finding an out-of-the-way place, or not in a place where it's your scent and your smoke or your food is going to attract anything. So, Lyndon, do you want to try that, or somebody else?
Yep.
Survival again.
Someone. Come on. What?
Oh, 21.
Ooh.
Nice.
There we go.
All right. So you have a restful sleep, as good as it can be, and wake well rested. Prepare your first meal of the day. Prepare any spells. Loosen your arrows in their quiver or whatnot, and start making your way along the road, parallel to the road again. Lyndon, I'll give you another survival roll, just keeping on track, avoiding perils and things.
He's woken up a bit groggy this morning.
Okay. Yep. So you managed to stay on course with your 13. At one point, there's this huge, probably around mid-afternoon, there's this huge burst of fire. Now, you've heard them off into the distance, but there's an eruption nearby, and smoke shoots out from the peaks off to the west of you, so south of the Fortress of Kaz, and starts pouring onto the road. So much so that there's burning embers and things coming down. Now you can all dive to try and take cover. I'll get everyone to do a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
We've got a 12.
Whoa, not bad for me.
That's acrobatics. We want a
Nice.
dexterity saving throw.
Oh, hang on. It's the same. It's still plus
11.
2.
Okay, so we have a natural 20 from Gungo the Dexterous, who lodges himself under a rock and escapes the brunt of the fire. Noida and Lyndon, both of you are pretty quick-footed. Felwyn, clump, 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 clump. You probably look more like a knight than anyone else with you at the moment.
Just a very small one.
Yeah. And you cop a burning ember down the back of your armor.
Yeah.
It does 14 fire damage at the base of your neck there. And I'm just going to move us onto a map where this all happens. And yeah, so Phil, when you catch a fiery burst, and down the neck there, and Lyndon, you spot some sort of huge gout of flame over where the eruption is. Actually, it's off here. And two creatures composed of fire come roiling up out of the lava and come sailing out towards you, warring with the sort of noise of a furnace. I'll get everyone to roll initiative.
There we go.
And I just check that you can see this. Are you on a fiery map?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So Noida, I'm seeing a 10.
Mhm.
Felwyn, an 11.
17 for Sherwin.
L11's your passive perception there. Yep, 17. 9 for Gunko. What about you, Lyndon?
22.
Okay. And I'll just put out a couple for these two, what look like elementals of some sort. Let's see, I'll add in and purple, add okay. So it'll be Lyndon and then Felwyn and then the two elementals. Lyndon, what do you want to do? You've dived for cover.
Diving for cover, immediately pop back up and see these two guys bearing down on us, and I quickly take a shot at the first green one. See if I can have any effect. First, I will cast Hunter's Mark on it, and then I will go for an attack with my longbow.
And are you marking Mr. Purple or Mr. Green?
We'll go for the purple one.
Okay. Alright, so on purple one, I'm going to put a little target on him, arrows in the back, and you shoot and hit on class 27 and hit.
And then I'm going to make a mess of him while I can. So he is going to take... Come here. Ten damage.
Okay.
+4 for the Hunter's Mark.
Hunter's Mark's
And
force
then-
damage.
Yes.
Cool.
So it's 10 piercing, 4 force damage, and then last but not least,
You get a second arrow, I believe.
yep. And then attack again. So that is 12 damage, piercing. Hunter's Mark is 1. And then on that very last one, he takes 6 more.
Psychic.
Yeah, 6 more psychic damage.
Okay, so what's the effect? How do people observe? What's this psychic thing?
You see Lyndon just whip out his bow and take 2 quick shots. And the second shot goes sort of straight into his, what you would assume are eyes, and then rapidly disappears. And then all of a sudden there's sort of a shockwave or a burst from this elemental's head. Because he doesn't really have a skull, it sort of acts like a depth charger out of water, and there's just ripples passing all through his body.
Nice. Okay.
And so our purple friend is slowed
Okay.
until the start of my next turn. So he's losing 10 feet of movement. And I am going to run away. Tactical retreat.
Yep.
I'm going to just go get some cover by this one. There's Mad.
And in roll 20, you can use arrow. Select your token and use arrow keys. We'll move you 5 feet if you just want to measure it out, or if you know where you want to move to, just move.
For some reason, it's not letting me select my. Come on.
I can do it anyway. I'll do it for you. We can work.
Yeah, just shove me over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, boom, boom. Hunter's Mark, 2 arrows, psychic, dreadful gaze or whatnot, and then get out of dodge. Felwyn. That all happened very quickly. What do you want to do?
Yeah, Felwyn is going to cast Fire Shield on herself. That was just supposed to come up.
Okay.
Doesn't do any of the damage yet.
That's all right.
But oh, stop it. Basically, I'm doing the chill one.
Yep.
So if I get hit, they're gonna get hit with cold damage. And then I'm gonna move up to here and be like, hey, and try to get his attention. And then so he doesn't go towards everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And then as a bonus action, I am going to put my defensive field up so you see like a little glow come onto her armor. And I get 14 temporary hit points.
Okay. And the cold shield gives you resistance to fire because you've got the cold, and it will do cold damage.
Yeah, and every
back
time
to
it
them.
hit. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Very good. Mr. Green. Let's see.
There we go. I'll put it in. Oh, I have resistance to fire damage. Actually, not cold damage.
Okay. So does that mean it would do fire damage? Is it like either protecting you from fire?
No, I'm resistant to fire damage, but it does them cold damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect combo.
Yeah,
It's
good for fighting fire elementals. Okay, so this one just sort of rolls and stands on top of you. It'll try and fight you first. It can do that. Let's see. Touch. Tries to touch you. Misses. It'll try again. 17.
Does not hit me.
Okay. In case it gives up on trying to hit you and just stands on you, so that you're just in a fire. Enter the first time it enters that creature, and you're going to take D10 damage, which is going to do 2 for you because you've got cold damage. This is not an attack; it's just by proximity to the fire. Fire until someone takes an action to douse the fire, and you've caught fire now.
Yeah, but he can't end his turn in my spot though, because I'm not a halfling.
He can end his turn in your spot because he's got no physical form. That's one of the abilities of elementals.
Oh, okay.
At least fire elementals.
Okay.
Now this Mr. Purple's a bit slow from what I gather. So let's check his speed. He's gone 5 foot so far. 1, 10, 20. Hang on, 3. It's 15 to get to there. 15, 20, 25. He goes and stands in you. You are in him, Noida. And then he's going to attack Gungo. So, Noida, you take D10 damage. And that will do 10 to you. And you catch fire.
5, because I'm resistant to fire, so 5.
Yep. You're a natural. That's what you do.
Yes.
That's your thing. 5 damage. And you catch fire. And then he strikes at you, Gungo. Trying to just touch you. Boom. He's going to try twice. Hitting arm class 24.
That's a hit.
Hitting with a, and then missing with the second one, natural one. Now the touch is going to do 10 damage to you.
All right, and he'll use his reaction to halve it.
Okay. And so you take 5 damage, and you also catch fire.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's both of their turns. So, Noida, you're standing in a fire. You're on fire. What do you want to do?
I am on fire. I'm one with the fire.
Yes.
He will curl up a little bit, and there'll be like a big bulge project from his back, from underneath his robe, till it gets taut and starts ripping, and 2 bony sets of wings start coming out of his back, covered in slime and gore. And then suddenly they sprout this angelic, beautiful white feathers, and he will fly up 30 feet.
Whoa. Okay.
Crazy.
Now, will he get an opportunity attack?
I think so. It just gives me flight speed, from what I understand.
Okay.
Nothing else.
So you fly up. Okay. You take another 1, so just 1 minimum damage from the fire, and it tries to strike you. Hitting arm class 20.
Hits.
Doing 4 damage. I'm already halving it. It was 9. 5 damage, and you're now up in the sky.
Alright. And while on fire, floating in the air, I'll cast slow on the 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
They're 10 feet apart. There's 10 feet between them.
40 feet cube, I think it is. It's
Okay.
120 by 40.
Nice one. All right.
Yeah, 40-foot cube. Each target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be affected by this spell.
They both fail. They're both slowed.
Alright, so both get -2 to AC and dexterity saving throws. They cannot take reactions, and on their turn they can either take an action or a bonus action, but not both.
Oh, okay. Nice. All right. Go over to you, Gungo. You're right there.
Yep. Okay. Gungo's going to spin his trident around in his hand a few times and then just throw it at this one in melee with him.
Okay.
What's he got? 24.
Okay. That's a hit.
17 damage.
Okay.
Now, with the new funky... that's got topple, so he has to make a constitution save, which is DC of 19.
Oh. Okay. Coming up. He fails that.
Alright, so he's prone.
Nice. Prone and slow.
Pull out Temerity.
Mm-hmm.
Again, spin it around a few times.
Yeah.
Attack advantage.
Okay.
Oops. And let me roll that again, just in case. 18.
18 hits.
So that'll do 17 damage.
Okay.
And then he's going to attack with the bonus action as well.
Okay.
29. That'll do 13 damage.
All right. It's quite diminished.
And Farrell's got a fire shield going, hasn't she? Okay, yeah. And then Gungo's just going to move to here.
Okay. Moving out of the range. I don't think it has a reaction
Reactions.
anymore. It's used it already. And it's slowed anyway.
From the
Yep.
side.
Yep.
Won't
Okay.
move quite that far.
Cool.
Yep.
All right.
That's
so
him done.
you dash back. Lyndon, back to you. Round 2.
Rinse and repeat for Lyndon, so he's just going to eye up his purple friend again. That's
Okay.
engaged with Nair.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to 28 to hit,
28 hits.
which is good. Beautiful. And then he's still Hunter's marked. So that's 7 piercing damage, 8 damage total. And then he's just going to go for his second shot, which is 25. And then save again. So rapid fire, two quick shots straight into the center of the fire elemental.
Okay. So your force damage is doing full, from what you can tell.
Yep.
You think your arrows are probably doing half of the piercing part, and I've been applying that as we've gone along.
Yeah. He
probably-
realizes he's struggling a bit.
Yeah, you need a magic bow probably for these guys.
Yep.
Or magic arrows, one or the other. Okay, so that's you, Lyndon. That's 2 arrows. No bonus action this turn?
No, he's just going to shift himself and take a bonus action hide.
Okay.
So if I just go to... Where's it gone? And he's just going to hide himself in the rock somewhere.
Okay, all right. So you sort of stealth slink away. Felwyn, top of the turn, you take your D10 fire damage. 3, so 1, we'll call it. And then what do you want to do?
need that too. Okay, Felon's going to move backwards out of the fire a little.
Okay.
More over here. Yeah, kind of there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to... Oh, not from there. Okay, I will move over one more then.
Now, you might be standing in the lava or in the fiery section if you get into those red bits.
I'm kind of standing on the edge there, but I'm already on fire. So
Yep.
would it just get me on fire, or would it be extra damage?
It might be extra damage where you are. Hang on, let me just check. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just go there then.
It might be something
But
you
I'm gonna
can bear, but it's not. You're not walking in lava, but
yeah, I can't sort of stand in between the squares, which is where I'd straddle the two, but the movement just doesn't allow that.
Yeah. What are you trying to do? Lightning bolt?
Yeah, I'm going to lightning bolt
That's okay.
down.
Even from there, you can lightning bolt them both.
Okay, so that is exactly what I'm going to do, and hopefully I'm trying to avoid Noida at the same time.
Yep. So
don't worry about it. I'm in the air.
Yeah. Oh, you're in the air, so you won't get hit
Yep.
anyway. Awesome, 100%. So we're going to cast lightning bolt. On
Boom.
them. And it's a dexterity saving throw, which they have disadvantage on.
They got -2 to it, I think.
-2.
Let me check again.
Okay, so the closest one fails with an 8, regardless. And the second one also fails with a natural 1. So
nice.
They take the full 36. And the other one blinks out of existence in a puff of smoke and ash. The green guy moves over and stands on this fire and then sinks down into the lava. He's gone.
He's running away.
He's running away. He's gone at the end of that round. And at that, we move out of initiative, I presume. You might hold your arrows or whatever, just in case.
Yeah. That's for the better. Yeah.
Pat myself, I know I'm on fire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you need a hand there, Philbin?
Rolling on the ground, yes please.
Yes.
Drop
and roll. Drop and roll.
Felwyn, Gunko, and Noida all take an extra D10 damage, but in doing so, they also roll around on the ground and spend an action to put it out, pat themselves down, so on.
Okay, so what's the damage?
So what's the damage
for each of you is 5, so 2 for those with resistance.
Felwyn, come here, let me help you.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go, you get...
Retrieve his trident.
Yeah.
18 healing, thank you.
Nice. Okay.
Well,
That puts me back up to full.
I guess that's good that the one got away. He will tell the others that we are not to mess with.
Yeah. The RUSs.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll call them elementals of unusual size. You move on and move out of the region. You know, there's too many volcanoes in this section. There's volcanoes everywhere, but there are trees and things. It's not just like a, Mad Max wasteland. But it's definitely depressing, and there is ash and scorch marks up the tree trunks and things as you walk along. You finish the rest of that day, move through. Lyndon, can you roll another survival for setting camp and that sort of business? Finding a cave or something
I can set.
handy. Give it a bash.
Well, it wasn't a 1.
Oh, 10. Okay. All right.
But a perfectly acceptable level of comfort.
Yeah.
Halfling 1. Natural 2.
Yeah. So you are awakened throughout the night a number of times. So much so that you're not going to get a long rest out of it. You will get a series of short rests, so if you want to spend any hit dice or things like that, but you just don't recover your spell slots that are recovered on a long rest.
All right.
You think they're
some hit die.
lions stalking you, but they don't show themselves.
Alright, so I'll roll some hit die, and with a encouraging prayer, I'll also give everyone, how much was it, 16 hit points? Character level plus the modifier of ability increase, so 14 plus 5, 19 temporary hit points.
Wow, that's nice.
Okay, and day 3, you're moving along out off the trail. There we are. Through what looks like a forest, pretty much defoliated. There's a bit of green leaves here and there, but you can see the smoky sky above. You've recovered some hit points from healing, and 4 figures approach you out of this mist. It's not mist, out of the smog. And quickly, as soon as you see them, they sort of scatter off to the sides.
Alright, some shy fellows.
What do you want to do? Lyndon, you're up the front. Gungo and Noida.
Yeah, I'm going to track them down.
Okay. Do you want to roll a survival to see if you can find... Because by the time you go over to where you think you saw them, and there might be some footprints and things around.
Do better.
Okay, 22 survival. You find some footprints and eventually come to where there's someone crouching down behind a tree, and they've got a bow with an arrow nocked.
Easy, friend.
Stay.
I don't want to hurt you.
Keep back.
I'm gonna stay right here.
Okay.
Can you tell me who you are and where we are?
They say you're just south of the fortress.
What are you doing out here?
Nothing. We're just making our way. We're innocent travellers making our way back to the city of Torgorak.
Are you with the daggers?
No, we're not daggers. We are just travellers. We've done nothing wrong.
Then never were. We're just going in opposite directions.
I mean, no offense, friend, but there are like literally 2 places in this entire realm where you could go to and fro. So, might tell us what you were doing in the... what was the name of the fortress?
It's just the
fortress. In the fortress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing. We weren't doing anything in the fortress. Everything above board and legal. And
I don't think I believe them.
That's exactly what someone who's not board legal said.
Yeah.
Okay, would your legal activities perhaps enlighten you as to location of any hidden pathways or doors in the fortress so that we might also do some legal activity?
They get the idea that you're not daggers then. Who are you?
Lyndon's gonna very quietly and carefully in the ash on the side of the tree draw the symbol of the god of the guy that we met in the caves.
Oh yeah, Lathander.
Without actually, yeah, Lathander. That's the word I was searching for. He's just gonna draw the symbol of Lathander in the ash and then quickly rub it off again.
Okay. All right. One of them points at it and says, "That's a sun."
Lathander is watching, and so are we.
Oh, right, yes.
The prophet watches better, but okay.
Okay. My god's better than you. Could beat up your god. Okay, so you know Vokar, the sleeper, then?
Yes, he sent us on our way.
Oh,
We're trying to find a way into the castle.
okay. Well, they still seem cautious. There's this visible look of relief on the guy loosens his bow. We're investigating southeast of the tower of the fortress. Mutant humanoids have been seen emerging from the tower. There's some sort of experimentation going on new recruits to improve them.
Improve them?
Some kind of dark experiments. Enhancing Kaz's fighting forces beyond human capability.
I mean, if we're talking about humans, it's not really much of an improvement.
One of our members is still in there, Zola. If you're going in there.
Zorala.
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 How will we recognise her?
Long blonde braid worn on one side.
Long blonde braid on one side. Zorala. Got it.
Human?
Yes.
Well, if you know of a way we could approach carefully, we may be able to get those people out. Cause a little chaos.
Yes. I'm sure you must have contacts. We don't really just reveal contacts, but I know that the agents within the resistance within the fortress have ways in and out.
Okay. Is it like a handshake?
Mentioning
like a custom signal.
Mentioning Vokar the Silent should do the trick.
Alright, so it's just approach anyone in the fortress and start talking about naming the big traitor.
They mention a place you can go.
Okay. Got it. Well, thank you.
And there's talk of Pandesmos. It's a word we keep hearing from the soldiers amassing.
Pandesmos.
That doesn't sound good, and I don't know what it is.
Probably a place or location.
Pandesmos.
It was in context of an attack.
I thought this realm is isolated from other ones. How are they planning to attack?
I don't know. That would be a mystery. How Kaz could get amassed forces out of Tovug, I don't know. But they're readying for an attack on Pandesmos, whatever that is.
That doesn't sound good. Well, we just came from a portal city, but I have no idea how we would get there. Perhaps we need to free these slaves and get in and stop him before this happens.
Sounds good. Make a plan.
Okay, well, he gives you a name of... There's lots of merchants and travellers, and it's not a city or a town or whatnot, but there's usually a semi-permanent transience set up around a fortress like this, and almost with a mini tent city sort of thing. So he mentions a place, a wagoneer merchant that you could go and see and maybe make contact with the resistance.
Right.
Okay, so you're only a short walk, maybe less than half a day at this point from reaching the fortress. So let's close out here as you as the forests open up, and you can see this large fortress in the distance, with pretty much completely deforested all around it, and you can see that there's wagons and merchants and townsfolk or villagers huddling close to the side of this fortress, like they do in all places for protection from whatever dangers there are in this land. We'll pick that up for next fortnight, and maybe we'll see Stove and Elide dropping up the road behind you, catching up.
Catching up.
Yep.
It'd be awesome.
Okay.
Very good.
All right.
I'll go get more coffee.
Yes. And
Cool.
we'll close out here. Welcome again, Paul / Linton, and
Welcome.
Thanks, everyone.
see you next fortnight.
Yes.
everyone.
Right.
No, see ya.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
See ya.
See ya.